Yeah, a possible new threat in Russia's already horrifying war in Ukraine strikes on Europe's largest nuclear power plant, igniting a fire at the facility, which supplies 25% of the country's power.
Some concerned it could signal a larger nuclear threat. Lauren Blanchard has the very latest for us from Poland. We've been checking in with her the last couple of days. Lauren, what's it like right now? Where you are, you're seeing a lot of refugees.
Yeah, good morning, Tony Roxy. So we are at a refugee processing center also where they're able to figure out transportation to their next spot in their journey. Calming down a little bit now that we are heading into the evening hours here in Poland, but still quite a bit of activity. A lot of folks still a bit confused, stressed, trying to figure out what their next steps are going to be.
If there is an explosion, it is the end for everyone. End to Europe.
A dire warning from Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky after Russian military strikes Friday sparked a fire at Europe's largest nuclear power station. Attacks on the plant and its 6 reactors could trigger another emergency like the 1986 Chernobyl disaster.
Wake up, please. There are 6 energy blocks there. 6. In Chernobyl, 1 energy block had exploded.
Russian forces have taken control of the site and allowed firefighters to put out the flames. President Biden has been in contact with Zelensky and administration officials, along with international agencies, saying as of now, there are no signs of radioactive leaks.
These are war crimes. There's a blatant lack of regard for the law of armed conflict.
Russia continues to launch hundreds of missiles and artillery attacks in Ukraine and have gained ground in the south, now closer to cutting off access to the country by sea. But miles outside of the capital, Kiev, Russian President Vladimir Putin's army is not making progress. The 40-mile convoy still stalled.
He is absolutely laser locked on getting this done, and he is going to continue pushing until he gets what he considers victory.
Coming back out here live, you can see the volunteers there in the background waiting as this new group of refugees all move forward from here. They are going to basically be given bus tickets, train tickets, really anything that they need to get to either somewhere else here in Poland or perhaps to another country here in Europe. Now, Tony Roxy, just a quick note. Today, the Secretary of State, Antony Blinken, was in Brussels. He's been meeting with NATO and European Union leaders as they kind of figure out the plan for the West. They have also condemned that attack by Russia on that nuclear power plant.
Now, where you are, we understand that's where they're being processed, but what happens after they're processed? Do they immediately go to another location? Are people sleeping there?
At this particular location, no, they're not sleeping. There really isn't room. It's this building behind me actually used to be a mall. There was no stores in there, and so they've basically taken it over and turned it into this center. So from here, they have been walking out, getting onto buses, into vans. We've had people come and knock on our windows asking where we're going, just because there are so many cars that are basically just scooping people up and taking them out of here, and people are just trying to figure out where these cars are going, where these buses are going, and getting on the one that best meets their needs.
Yeah, it sounds a bit confusing.
Yeah, it does. A lot going on there. Thanks so much. Appreciate your live reports throughout the morning.